shodo-x!
Hey guys, welcome to the 87th episode of the Soda Pop Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Frozen Stratos. Here with me today we have...
It's me! Josh is back!
Is it just a gasp? Oh. Okay.
There we go.
But yeah, guys, making a special appearance is Josh is back. We're gonna be he's got his back to the microphone. He will not be speaking to us. This is his back.
That's
and
right.
Also the Kiwami ride watch. Alright, so we got plenty of news this week. We also have some speculation from you. So how this is gonna work, we are going to be doing the Sentai news first, then we're going to be diving into the speculation of what was going to be the Kamen Rider Candy Toy blog this week, and then we're just gonna dive into what we got, and I think that should net us a pretty lengthy show.
I would agree.
Yeah. All right. So I think first things first. Let's get this one out of the way. Minipla.
Zenkaiger!
Yeah. Minipla Zenkaiger is here, and it's only 2 of them so far, and for some reason they did not show off the individual robot modes.
Oh yeah, they didn't.
But the T-Rex mode has a very not well hidden head on it, so it's like, well, I guess they're doing that.
No, yeah, they are. It's just why did you omit that picture?
Yeah, I mean the designs are definitely a thing.
Yeah, I was hoping that we would get more this week, but nothing came of it.
Yeah.
It's fine though. You know, looking at the Minipla versus the DX, none of them are great, but this one is absolutely better than the other one. Absolutely better than the DX.
I mean, yeah, especially with articulation-wise, but Minipla is always going to give you that.
That's right. I was saying
We
this
finally...
on the streets, but... Oh.
I was going to say, you say your thing first, because I think that'll be... what I was going to say was going to lead into a discussion.
Oh, okay. I was just going to say that I really hope that one day the Super Minipla / Minipla team are the ones heading up like the main mecha designs.
Oh, that'd be incredible.
Yeah, like, because it looks like they have a handle on both articulation and gimmick.
Yeah, I mean, they've always been really good with that.
That would have worked out really well with Ryu Soldier, since it was something that you disassemble.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
That would have been great.
Yeah. We're gonna see what Hasbro's gonna do with it. I'm not looking forward to more Creo, but if they want to do more Creo, that's fine. Anyway.
As long as they actually have them in stores.
You were saying something about this?
Now that we have seen photos of the Change Hero figures, it's like, okay, most of these are just... I get where the name comes from. They're not the deluxe mecha, but they do the 2 modes. And Zenkaiger does the Yudo. Which...
hold on. I was trying to wrap my mind around that real quick. Yeah, if we want, we can change over to the Change series discussion.
Wow.
Because that is... Yeah.
That is fascinating.
Oh my god. It's so interesting. And to be, like, there are 2 ways to take this information. Either, 1, hey, they stole this from Yudo, or 2, hey, they recognize Yudo is a really good figure, and they want to capitalize on it. And I am all for that.
Or 3, Yudo is dead as hell.
No, stop! Yudo is still alive. We know. Well, okay. So that's the thing.
Yudo's always been barely alive.
Yeah, we know that they announced that they were doing it at some point, but they don't know when.
Okay.
So
all I ask is for one season to actually finish in Yudo.
Huh?
Not yet, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Because the calendar or that little schedule they gave us, they said Yudo at an unknown date.
Yeah, I think just the
Right.
Minipla and the Candy Toy Gears are the only things that went up for pre-order.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And also, if you take a look, so there are so far 3 different, I guess, 4-inch, 4.5-inch scale Zenkaigurons that we have seen so far, and
Yeah.
all of them are taking very different approaches. So the Change Hero series that we're seeing here has a very small tummy, and it's leaning more in toward the mecha, or I mean, yeah, like
Right.
the stand up robot.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Because
The robot.
yeah, that
mode.
chest does not make for that good of a dinosaur head because it is tiny.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It absolutely works as a toy.
Zenkaiger is interesting because they took the angle of the Rangers are now the mecha, because it means that there's now technically 4 different figure lines for Sentai if you look at it that way, and they're all doing different things.
True.
I mean,
Zenkaiger
you could
is
even extend
sometimes
it
there.
to 6. You could even extend that to 6. Like, so far, you've got the DX robots, then you have the Change Hero series, then you have Yudo, then you have Safubi, then you have smaller Safubi, and then you have whatever the 6th one I thought existed, and now I'm not
Minipla?
remembering what it is.
Minipla
is what I was gonna say. Yes. So
It's like you're
Yeah,
getting most of the team in several different figure lines, and then sometimes Zenkaiger is there.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's there.
but
He's there like
then
what, half of
sometimes
those?
Zenkaiger's the only one there. So
Oh yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Wait, which one is this?
The big regular vinyls. He's the only one
the
getting
Safubi.
one.
Yeah.
Oh. Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, and so the Juron, like I was saying, that we're getting in the Change Hero series, that one is going to focus more on the mecha, but the Minipla one, that one's just gonna try to do everything. We don't know what the mecha mode looks like, but it looks very much so far to be like bare minimum. They are going to try to make the combination mech the priority.
Yeah,
And
like
then-
they definitely are focusing on that, which makes
Yeah.
sense.
But then Yudo, the one that we saw before, has a huge tummy and like tons of articulation. I don't know what that one's going for. Because
Well, you know how
I was saying,
You know
it's-
how Yudo can separate itself from all this if they do the civilian designs, because those are pretty neat.
That would
we
be
already
cool.
know that we don't know that they're not doing it, but like we don't have that information to go off of just yet.
I would love to see them do it. The problem is just that I know Yudo has a very bad track record of finishing anything at all. So I just I'm worried that we wouldn't even have a chance of getting that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have faith in Yudo to do this. I have faith in Soto.
Yeah,
I
don't.
do not have faith in Yudo.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because I want to have that faith, but they've never finished anything.
Their track record is pretty upsetting.
Some series have gotten farther than others, but others just
Are you sure? I feel like they all peter out around the same time. Well, I guess.
Well, I feel
Cure
like
Major technically has gotten the least, huh?
Yeah, Q Ranger got the least, but But I would say Lupat was the closest because it was only missing a couple of like extra forms that only appeared in like a movie or like in a one-time appearance.
Yeah.
And the Rue Soldier was missing like a pretty decent amount of stuff, but like
my
they got
pterodactyl boy. Where's my ice pterodactyl?
And Max Russell Red, which I can't believe they never did that.
Right? You have the molds. What are you doing?
And then of course, Cure Major was mainly just missing the Go forms, but which is unfortunate because I like the look of that.
and some like in between silver forms ish.
Right? Yeah. But so.
I don't know. What I think is going to be the most interesting to see with Yudo is just how they're going to handle Zenkaiger, because it's like, what is the material that they're using for the deluxe figure? Is it going to have stickers? Is it just going to be like, is it going to feel like a Yudo figure with paint? I don't know.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, because like so far, I was talking about this on the streets last night, but like, I know that we are used to the dense, hard ABS plastic, but something about this does look a little bit mushier to me, so it might be PVC. Yeah. I don't know.
At least
the antenna. I'm sure the antenna is gonna be PVC at the very least.
Yeah. Probably.
Also, you were talking about alternate hands. I do wonder, are these swivel hands or are these the ball jointed hands?
That's a good question.
It's hard to tell.
It's just so interesting to see these figures even exist, because besides Yudo, Sentai really doesn't dive into figures, or they haven't in a long time.
Yeah.
So
I hope that the deluxe figure is more than just Yudo with paint, because there are some things that they could be beefing up using that deluxe price point, like the fact that the back of the legs are hollow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Huh.
I mean, obviously, I'm all for having paints instead of stickers, so I like that. But
we can already tell that there's meat removal on the gun.
Oh no, not meat removal.
Yeah. So meat removal is still an option here. Hopefully, it's just confined to the gun. Actually, none of these guys have their guns.
Their weapons, you mean?
No, the gear.
The changer.
Yeah.
Oh, did they all use those? I don't.
They do.
Yeah, they all use
really
them.
Show much.
Yeah.
True. Fair.
But this is 1650 yen.
Yeah.
I don't mean to complain or anything, because these are nice and I personally don't have to buy them, but like, look at the optics, right? Because this is a Yudo figure, and in the consumer's mind, you're like, okay, you're paying for more paint. Oh, that should only bring up the cost a little bit. Like, I need to see the value, and I don't see the almost $20 value, $18 value.
Like one thing that sort of bothers me, and it's minor, and I get why it's the case, because I get how figures and stuff work, but it is a little annoying that Zenkaiger's gear leaner is all white.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely.
And I get it, because the whole figure is all white, but you know. I wasn't asking for painted detail and stuff, but if it was just molded in red, that would have been nice.
Well, like
deluxe figures.
I'm about to throw something out here, and this comes from zero experience at all. But Juron is molded in red, and ideally, I'd want guns for everybody. So it could have been a good way to fit those 5 into the mold.
True,
but we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I get it. I get why it happened. It's just kind of
yeah.
Especially like you were saying, for the almost $20, it would be nice.
You know what?
And check this out. The paint on the cuffs and stuff, only the front halves. This is still Bandai. This is still Bandai Japan. There's only, they only care about the front half of the figure.
Hasbro does the same thing for their basic figures, so
I guess apparently the backside doesn't matter, which I
nope.
You know what makes the paint discussion a little bit worse is that, for comparison, you have Sodo over here just being like, we're adding way too much paint this time and not changing the price.
Yeah, so that's another thing. Since this isn't Candy Toy, do we know that we have someone behind the scenes doing their best to screw Bandai's wallet over and give us some really good toys at a decent price?
You're right.
There's so much.
I don't know.
There's so much there.
Yeah. Like, now that we've seen this, I cannot wait to see what Yudo's up to. Because, like, before, it was like, alright, I kind of have a good understanding of how Yudo's gonna shake out. Like, that's fine. Oh, shoot! Their mold's stolen! Uh-oh.
Same height and everything.
I do wonder... yeah. I do wonder if the team is different. The team changed or something. Because, like, how do you not bring the Yudo team for this body?
Well, if you only do one figure in this style, then you maybe don't need to have the Yudo team there.
Maybe, yeah. Man, I don't know. This opens up so many doors, raises so many questions. Like, I kind of wasn't as invested in Zenkaiger as much up until this point. Like, I would report on the news, but it's like, that's interesting, but I'm not buying these. And then this happened. Like, the more we knew about it, 12 inches. Oh, all of the figures. Oh, the first wave. Oh, it's Yudo.
Oh, it's Yudo.
You know, I'm going to say, maybe this is something we should keep an eye on. Maybe if someone sees this, they can let us know. I know that the deluxe toy site for Sentai has its own blog. I wonder if they'll say anything about Yudo.
Yeah, that would be interesting to keep an eye out on.
Yeah. All right. You know what? And this is not gonna come up anywhere outside of this Candy Toy blog, so I'm going to talk about it right now. During the press conference, they said, "Hey, we're doing the Geertlinger giveaway. Also, you're gonna get some chocolate." And everyone just brushed it off. But Bandai put up an interview with the heads of the chocolate team. So there's this really
I love that.
Yeah, there's this really interesting 2-part article. You know, you have to Google Translate it, but like it was really cool. Like, they got some chocolatiers who were, you know, in the industry, but then they were like, I want to do something different. I want to do something fun. And they started this new sort of chocolate line, and I'm sure you've seen it. It's like the fossils with like chocolate chunks around them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you basically have to excavate the what is it? The T-Rex or whatever, what have you, out of the chocolate bar. And they, just like with the soda blog and stuff, they said, you know, we had to get the consistency just right to make it, you know, snappable, so much so that, you know, the chunk will come off, but not enough to where you break the chocolate fossil on the inside. So there was a really awesome article, 2-part article. Definitely check that out. I'll try to track it down and put it in the comments. It was cool to read. I was on that site because I was looking. Oh shoot, did G-Man to D-Man post anything? Unfortunately not. Otherwise you probably would have heard about it before. But they did post an interview with the head of the DX belt team, who actually used to be like a fashion designer, and is now just doing, he headed up the 01 driver, you know, all this new Reiwa stuff. It's pretty cool. Definitely check those out if you've got a chance. That was my whole tangent.
I recently was like just randomly looking at some things about Wizard, like the production and stuff, and learned that there was a guy at Bandai who came up with the idea of the voice of the Wizard driver, the little standby jingles. Apparently it's based on Scatman John. It's like, wow, that's...
I only know of Scatman Crothers? Jazz?
Yeah. Scatman John.
Is that the same dude, or...?
No.
Is that the same dude?
Oh.
They both make music.
Okay, cool.
But yeah,
I did not know that.
I was you were talking about the fossil with chocolate and stuff, and I was just thinking I've definitely seen that genre of toy before, where it's just like a block of dirt that you break apart. And just when you were describing, I was just thinking, making it into food seems like it's even more of a mess.
Maybe, but like, you know, they have to get the chocolate. What is the term? Is it tempered? Just done just right to make it like, you know, you can come back
to make it work. Yeah.
Okay. Like, there's a lot of development that went into it. Definitely check the article out. They also like branched off. This was another prize that was with the Geertlinger. It was a fish. It's like fishing, right? It's like it has a package and it looks like fishing. Basically, what you have is a gummy fish tied to a gummy string, and it's like on not a platform, like it's stuck into the thing, so you have to pull at the string to get the fish out without snapping the string before you grab the fish or you get the fish. Does that make sense?
And people say not to play with your food.
Yeah, I know, but Bandai said no. You are playing with your food, and it's gonna be fun.
We make toys.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Craig just left. I guess this is fine.
Oh, Craig just is gone.
I hope
that's fine.
I hope that
no one knows who Craig is.
I hope that Zenkaiger contest was better than the deluxe one, where they were like, "Can you guess the actor who plays Zenkaiger?" And it was just like 3 different sets of initials.
That was the contest.
Oh, okay. So that's unfortunate.
Yeah. These are the prizes for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Matt Hunt won.
Oh, good for him.
Like he found out on stream. Is I won, but I can't receive it. I don't.
Well, see, because I was going to say the unfortunate thing about that contest was just the fact that they were like, "Can you guess the actor?" And there were some of us who were just like, "Oh, if they're actually making us guess the actor, it must be like a big returning actor. It must be someone we know." And it's like, no, it's just some new young guy again.
Yeah.
Did anyone win if they got the initials right?
What was that, Josh?
Did anyone win if you just got the initials right? Is that how it worked?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't really care. None of it's coming
Fair.
to us.
Fair.
Hey, let's see. What time are we at? Oh, 23 minutes in. Not bad. So
nice.
let us know in the comments what you think, how you think Yudo is going to be different this year. Would that make a good topic?
I think so.
Okay. Well, I don't personally have a response just yet, but yeah, definitely next week, that is going to be our topic. How do you think Yudo is going to be different this year? How different do you think they'll be doing it? Also, speaking of...
look at the Gaim.
Yes. Speaking of topics, sorry, that was the word I was looking for. Speaking of topics, we were trying to figure out, what is the Soto Chronicle reveal going to be this week? And last week, I personally had said, it's Forze. I really hope it's Forze. Yeah, Aqua. It's the one more step I needed to get to Aqua, so that's why I wanted it. Malunas, what were you guessing?
Forze, Wizard, Ghost, those are usually my go-tos.
Okay.
Josh, any one of them works in
Shodo,
by the way.
Absolutely.
Well, I was personally thinking it was going to be the next Gaim thing. Until we'd had the discussion on the streets the other night about thinking about how the Decayed news was going to happen, and my mindset kind of shifted to that. But
yeah.
But because I had honestly I wasn't sure if we were gonna, because I know it said like new information ban or whatever be released or however they say it. I thought that was either going to be the next Gaim set or it would be like a weird translation to say that they were going to start the like showcase of Chronicle 2. But it ended up being the next set. So
yeah. So yeah, let's talk about what else you guys were thinking and see if we have any psychics in the Discord. So Blade Raider says, I was the one that said Ghost should be next to see what they do with Falcon, so I'm going with that. And then he says, if it's not a new series, then I'm hoping Gaim Retail Wave 3 could be all the final forms of Rider featured in the retail line. Gaim Kiwami Arms, Ryugen Yomitsuhegiri, Zangetsu Kachidoki, and if they're feeling saucy, Lord Baron. Well, let me tell you, they are feeling so saucy.
Wow, you were right on the money there.
Yeah, you got most of it down. And then we have Peacemaker 2448 who says, reposting from the news video to condense things, 50-50 O's or Gaim news, if O's CSM set or Poseidon / Aqua, if Gaim Retail 3 or P Bandai 2, depending on how they're handling the releases. Either case, Gaim Kiwami will headline this set. Okay, yeah, pretty good. Morgan Karen Tuit says, probably a PB Gaim set. I would say one with Bravo and Greedon. Dresden Nova gave us a wild card pick and said Suika Arms. Yeah. And then Blade Raider then went on to say, I ordered more Module on Forze from Mandarake this week, so it wouldn't surprise me if Soda revealed Forze tonight. Yeah, that might.
I know that feeling.
Well, that's how it usually goes.
Yeah. Once again, Module on Forze, one of the best, if not the best, candy toy lines.
That
just putting that out there.
That was a good prediction because you know what I ordered before they revealed the first wave of Soda Gaim? Arms action Zangetsu.
Yeah, I mean that happened to almost everybody that I talked to. Mm-hmm. Chris did that.
That did happen around. Everyone just wanted some Gaim, I guess.
Yeah. I know, well, you know what? Everyone was getting in the groove of Gaim, because CSM and all that stuff was happening around the same time. Oh, maybe I want some.
Not
stuff.
The first set.
Really?
Nope.
Because the first set was announced in July, and then all the CSM stuff was in October.
Then I have no idea how all that happened.
Because Gaim is so good.
I guess so, but now of all years, you had how many years has it been since Gaim?
7.
6? 7?
Well, actually, now 8 because we're in a new year.
Yeah, you've had 8 years, and you choose now, the year that they start doing Gaim, to start. All right, whatever. Well, I guess it was 7 at that point. 7 years. You had 7 years. Oh, and then I said, Josh and I were talking about it on the streets last night, but the Decade Geo thing was getting an announcement today. We might get Chronicle Decade stuff.
I would have liked to see that. I like what we got better. But I mean, because I would rather just keep going with Gaim than to start something new right away.
Oh, and then Blade Raider coming up into the podcast topics portion and gloating. There he is. Fantastic. Let's just dive into what we got, as well as maybe some of the other Kamen Rider stuff that did come out, and maybe we can speculate some on that as well.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, what we did get, Blade Raider got it. Most.
Oh yeah.
Most.
This is interesting. First of all, I'm really happy it's retail.
Oh, 100%.
I was really afraid that we were going to be doing premium forever now.
I was about to say this is 100% a premium Bandai set, except it's a retail wave.
Yeah, for sure. And it's not what I expected necessarily. I mean, some of it is exactly what I expected, but others are still going, doing the above and beyond what Soto does all the time.
Yeah. So let's talk about the first one, Kachidoki. No, Kiwami. Don't get at. Absolutely do not get at me in the comments. Do not.
Well, actually, the blog did start with Kachidoki holding the Kiwami key.
That's true, because there is an extra hand put into the Kiwami set for Kachidoki to hold the excuse me, let me adjust my glasses here, rock seed. So There are a lot of fun things in here. There was one that I picked out for the title, and I don't remember what it is just yet. I know where it is, but we'll get
there are some amazing translations here.
Large.
So this is Kamen Rider.
I was gonna.
yeah.
Large general.
Oh, well, if you read the way it's spelled out, it's large/large/large/large/large.
So apparently,
die shog. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I get it now.
So I always thought that Gaim's final form was called Kiwami arms, but apparently it's Goku arms.
That's right. Yeah, he is Goku. These are his arms. Bandai. This is what's in
according
his
to the.
Yeah. Oh no! I wonder if the Soto blogs can get taken down for mentioning Goku's name.
Wait, what? But Shodo.
Did you hear about all those copyright strikes?
No.
Someone just anybody just posted a GIF of Dragon Ball and then they got copyright striked on Twitter.
Huh.
Yeah, it was like a whole series of mass. Bots messing up, and
Is this kind of like that?
Not messing up because someone was impersonating Funimation or something, right?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but it was so easy for them to. Anyway, that's not what this podcast is about. Let's talk about the silver because.
It's so good.
The silver on the whole body of Goku arms is almost reproduced by painting. So they almost painted this thing. But no, this is the largest amount of paint in Soto Chronicle history.
That's not bad.
Damn.
That looks
it's so good.
I mean, obviously, I see where the stickers are and everything. Like, how you could only have done that chest with a sticker, and stuff like that. But yeah, that looks really good. It looks even better than like just the regular arms change figure from back in the day, because that was just like a dull gray plastic.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, I wonder if the helmet.
This looks good.
I wonder if the helmet comes off.
Oh yeah, it kind of looks like it could. It kind of there's like that bit of a break there.
I do wonder if there are any enterprising individuals out there. Whenever, because I know this is definitely gonna happen. Whenever a Kurokage comes out, I'm sure you could swap in the chest and then swap out the head.
That would be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I wonder if they made any like keychains or anything with Gakusano's likeness.
I feel
like those little chibi.
I was about to say, I feel like that may have happened, but I don't know. That was there was a point where that just became a regular thing. I think it was around Build.
Yeah,
we'll see. Hopefully it happened around Gaim, so that once again, an enterprising individual can make that happen.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, the lock seed holders are mounted interestingly. Like the skirts are on the hinge, and then on top of the skirts they put a separate lock seed holder piece.
Oh,
so that's cool. Yeah. Also comes with the Dai DJ Ju.
I love that. I've always loved that gun.
Yeah, it's in both modes too. So
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, you're covered. Looks good. Looks very, very
absolutely
good. Also, the cape, it hinges. They did not say let me see. It says the cloak of Goku arms can be swung back and forth and left and right by the hinge, so it is a point on the movable surface that you can easily decide the pose while sitting down. You don't gotta stand up to figure out these poses, guys.
Good.
Take a seat.
They just keep making these easier and easier.
Yeah. That's right, yeah.
That picture above that paragraph.
To apply stickers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
The sticker on the cape is looking a little, but you know.
I know. Yeah, the one with the one firing the gun. It is fully not connecting.
Well, same thing with him holding the combined swords. You can see it like lifting up off of.
Oh, absolutely. But once again, these are pre-production. We can't fault them too hard.
And it's another one of those things where they were not going to paint that gold trim. I totally get it. So.
Another thing I wanted to mention before we move on to the next one is, I really, 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 really hope that this cape is something like the original Candy Toys cape, because that is my favorite Candy Toy cape of all time.
Oh.
Which is a weird list to have, a weird designation.
What makes it so different?
Top 10 Candy Toy capes.
Yeah, so it is pegged into the back, and it has a hinge up toward the top. So the cape can go out and down, if that makes sense. And then on the hinge that pegs in, it can move side to side. So is that what they're saying here? That it can swing back and forth and left and right by the hinge? I don't know. I have no idea.
Looking thin.
So that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
All right, we can move on to the next one now.
All right, the next one. This one is one of my all-time favorite Kamen Rider suits.
Yeah.
So I'm happy it's here, because I was honestly thinking that this would be like one of their premium figures or something, because it is, a very minimal scene form. But it's Ryugen Yomi Yomutsu Hegiri arms. So I love that this is here.
Yeah.
And I love that we're getting the Overlord weapons. And I love it. It's great.
Wow, how descriptive.
It comes with Ryudue's weapon, which I'm pretty sure he never used, but they always paired with him. I think he may have used it once. Yeah, I know that.
I think he used it,
I always just remember that he always used the axe from. It's Shinmugurun. The Overlords have weird names.
Yeah, he was like that turtle one or whatever, I think, right?
The same motif as
because I remember.
Buster.
Yeah, you're right.
It's got the snake.
Because I remember it was always weird that the
Genbu.
It's nice to see the axe weapon here, because the original arms change figure when they made this for Ryugen Yomi, it came with the 3 Overlord weapons for the main 3 Overlords, even though he'd never used 2 of those weapons.
That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
And then the figure art came with the axe, since he actually used that. So it was cool to see the Soda figure have it too.
Yeah.
So because he used it, it makes sense.
Another thing to note, we have almost the mold for Kiwi. We're getting
at least
there.
the helmet. The helmet's
the helmet and the weapons once we get.
Oh yeah, the weapons. I forgot about that. Yeah.
But something about
that would be the same
armor.
helmet. So.
Yeah, something about the chest armor, even down to the sticker. Something about the chest armor they wanted to note was the chest armor is a different color from Grape Arms, but if you use the first armor as it is, the head of Yomutsu Hegiri arms will interfere. So we are creating a new one.
Yeah, I do.
Oh my god, of course.
Yeah, I was about to say, I do remember that being a thing with the arms change one, but I can't remember what exactly was wrong with the parts.
Yeah.
Oh, they changed it in the arms change one?
I wanted to say it was the helmet that they, made slightly smaller or something. I don't know.
Oh.
It was.
Oh wow.
It was like it's not just a repaint, guys. They actually had to make some very slight alterations because not all these armors were compatible with each other.
Now I should dig out my arms change figures and compare the 2 Kiwi helmets.
Definitely see how many of them are surviving.
Yeah.
Something I want to touch on that if it doesn't happen in the retail release, I'm not going to be super upset, but it's a detail that we see here. Look at the knee, and then just beneath the knee guard, there is some extra black paint in there in that recessed area.
Oh.
I see it. Yeah.
I hope that's still there once it releases at retail, but if it doesn't, we get to notice a paint difference.
Neat.
A little fun fact for us to have, and only us.
I just looking at the axe again because it's so close to that section. I love. I know I'm pretty sure it's a sticker, but I love the like gradient on the.
Yeah,
it's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. That looks good.
Oh, it's absolutely a sticker because it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, you're right. It definitely is. Yeah. Right.
I do wonder how it's gonna fit in the hand though, because the shaft is ribbed.
That was something that was interesting about a lot of the weapons from this blog here. A lot of them are like separate pieces for the hand, like to connect them together.
Yeah, so that's interesting.
But it looks really good though.
If I'm so used to poison, I ate this. What would happen?
Oh man, I was not expecting this.
You'll travel down.
This is the power of Helheim. Road Baron.
Yeah, Road Baron.
That sounds like a good movie title.
Don't you remember that episode?
I would say that it's a very good podcast title because the title of this episode is "This is the Power of Helheim, Road Baron."
I love that episode when Kaito just gets really mad driving.
Yeah.
They have to get their driver's license. Good episode.
Yeah. I was not expecting to get this at all.
Huh?
I was not expecting for them to do this at all.
Not in the slightest. This was not on my radar whatsoever. Because it's never typically... I mean, they also said that this was not a rider form, but it's never typically recognized as a rider form / his final form. But... Because
it's interesting because, when they were talking about how this... Or because, the whole theme of the set is like the final forms, and I get that. But I personally would have seen... I mean, I personally see Lemon Energy Arms as Baron's final form. But they could have easily have just done Ringo. Yeah, Ringo. So I could have seen that been here too. But I prefer this. I like getting a figure of this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because it only ever had a figure art before, and it was a premium Bandai figure art that I did not want to pay that price for.
Yeah.
So.
But hey, check this out. This is retail. What?
Right?
How?
I have a transition for that now that you said that. It says, the fact that Goku Arms and Road Baron were recorded in regular bullets means that everyone wants to reproduce that scene.
That's right. Winner of Destiny. Goku Arms versus Road Baron. Can someone Photoshop together Goku beating up the side of a road with a Red Baron pizza on the or something Baron related? I don't know. Figure it out. But yeah, I mean, good. Yeah. If we're getting there, that means hey, we now see that there's an extra piece for a broken Road Baron sword.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Because I love the design of Road Baron. It's always been such a cool monster design. But so it's great to get a figure, especially in a retail set. But getting that broken sword too is just such a nice touch.
Mm-hmm. It's not just the broken sword though. It's the broken banana spear.
Yeah, that's also really great too.
Yeah, includes broken Granville ham, and it's possible to have it.
Broken what?
Not that they would do it, but with having Road Baron's sword, you have Demushu's sword too. Technically,
that's true.
You just have to make it a different color.
Mm-hmm. Another thing to note is that this is retail. There are some drawbacks. You notice plenty of sticker detail here, but there there are a lot of line detail item things that they did have to leave off of the figure to make this possible.
Which I totally understand.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but like, are you gonna miss them? Is anyone gonna miss them?
For a figure I never thought we were gonna get in this line.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I'm fine with that.
The plus side is this is the second ever figure that this character's ever had.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the easiest way for you to get a representation of this in your collection.
Anyway, do we want to rotate the polar lockseed?
Absolutely.
Gatchin.
So this is really, really cool.
Yeah.
An
accessory set, which...
A hand, yeah.
This is giving me a lot of... This is opening up a lot of questions for me. Because the gun in there is Ryugen's gun. For the first set, for the first accessory set, Ryugen's gun.
Yep.
But molded in the colors of Yamato Hegari.
Yep.
Does Yamato Hegari come with this on its own, or is it in the accessories?
That's a good question.
Same with the Kiwi spinny sword looking...
The Kiwi Gekkerin, yeah.
Sure.
I would not be surprised if Yamato Hegari just has the Overlord weapons, because we know he has that. And then his other weapons would be in this accessory set. If that's the case, that's fine. I understand.
Yeah.
But I mean, it would be nice to have them both. But
some other questions I have. Is this the first time we've had string in Shodo?
Someone definitely pointed that out.
It might be
in our chat, and I was just like, "Yeah, that does seem like a first. Does seem like a first.
It does.
Yeah, because I can't think of another weapon we would have had to try to replicate something like that with.
Yeah. Also,
I do like the notes that they state, because they don't show it in the picture, and they do this for both of the accessory sets, but I do appreciate that they mentioned that you're going to get 2 of the Kiwi Gekkerin, and the Ichigo Kurenai will be in the different like knife configurations.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see that now. I see.
So that's nice to know.
Yeah, that is.
And
I did not know that until you said that.
They say something similar in the second weapon set, which we'll get to in a minute.
Let's get to right now.
Okay, so you get duplicates of the Durinoko, Durian's swords, and you get 2 of the Kurumi bombers, the big gloves.
Nice.
So
another thing that is, of course, Shodo would do this. The sword, the Sonic Arrow, and the Dai DJ Ju, those are new molds because now they have lock seeds loaded in them.
What a perfect way to release that variant of these. I like that. That's so great.
Good.
Is it?
Oh man!
Does the DJ gun actually have a lock seed loaded in it? Because it doesn't look like it.
I don't see a lock seed.
I don't see it.
Actually, yeah.
But it says,
I think
it says,
it
as
does
you
have
can
a lock
see
seed.
from a closer look, the Muso Saber, Matchlock, Dio, Orange DJ Gun, and Sonic Arrow are newly molded with the rock seed loaded.
I see what they're doing. So the DJ gun has the Kachidoki lock seed on it. There's just no sticker to represent that.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that's what's
like, because I can tell like with the 2 circles, that's supposed to be the ultimate Kachidoki.
Okay.
And
one thing I love about this second accessory set is that you get the Kagematsu Shin, which is the one that has like the extra little blade, like the dual-ended one. Because that was the weapon for Kurokage Shin in the movie. And for whatever reason, he used it in the show, and they never really explained why. But it's just great to see that they even bothered to include that in here. Yeah. Like, I love that.
I wonder how that's going to...
I am wondering... Go ahead.
I'm wondering how this works as a holdable item, because I know the arms action one has a thing where, like, you remove the tip at the top. Does that sound right?
Yeah,
and just slide it through the hand or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's the same question I have with one of the other weapons up there. Yeah, Yamatsuhegiri's long weapons.
Yeah, the Overlord weapons. I just assume that those will either unpeg somewhere that we're not seeing because it's covered by the hand, or
maybe like
that.
the diameter changes, like there's a variance or something.
Yeah, maybe, possibly. But
I love the excessive amount of the bottom end of the weapons. Like I'm looking at Gridon's hammer. I'm like, I'm looking at Gridon's hammer, and I'm just like, you could have easily skipped that one, but you did it anyway.
Right, exactly.
That is Soto's mantra.
Yeah. my only complaint about the Dankachi is it's just there's no detail on it, like no no paint, no stickers or anything. Mm-hmm. So it is a little bare, but it's still nice to have. I believe
that there's like this all hands meeting between DX, Toei, Bandai, and the Candy Toy team. And then the Candy Toy team is just like, all right, love everything we're seeing here. Is there anything that we at the Candy Toy team can skip? Then they're given this whole list, and then they take it, and they're like, all right, guys, we have this list of things to do. We got to make sure to do these things. They told us to skip them, but we absolutely won't.
Yeah, this is just really cool, because, like,
yeah,
I mean, obviously it would have been cool to have a fourth like actual figure in the set, but I really do like this a lot. These accessory boxes for Kiwami, like it just makes sense. And also, since it seems like they're going to keep going with Chronicle Gaim, you pretty much have all the weapons done already. So
yeah,
which feels
I mean,
that fills me with joy and also
dread.
Once
they get to these riders.
Yep, you're right.
Once they get to these riders, they'll be like, and you might notice that we already did release this weapon, but for the purposes of this figure, we did have to make a completely new one because it was not up to our brand new specification.
I thought where you going?
It's gonna happen.
The kind of, I thought you were going for the cleverness of 01, where they're like, we already made this mold, so we saved some money.
No, they don't. You would think.
Also,
I mean, to be fair though, it's like I don't really know how you would change any of these for their individual riders. Like they seem perfectly fine. So
once again, you say that, but they always find a way.
Well, I mean, here like they changed the weapons with lock seeds, but like none of these other ones could have lock seeds plug in or anything like that you would even bother to change.
The fact,
no. I mean, then again, they could transition from all right, so we went for the peg hole and hand aspect, but maybe let's move over to this open grip hand aspect and see if we can just make these weapons all one. All one mold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think that'll happen, but
what if?
I also do wonder if the punchy fists have ball joints in them.
I'm curious. I really hope they have. There's like a the only like detail on the Kurumi bombers really is there's like a red like circle on the top of it. You can't see it in this picture. I hope it's there. Obviously it'd be a sticker, but I hope that's there and it's not just all solid yellow.
I'm sure it is. Like, look at everything else here. This is pretty extensive.
I'm glad.
Oh, it is. It is. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought up the fact.
I'd say the only thing that. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm glad you also mentioned the idea of this being ball jointed, because I was thinking about the arm change one where they had to specifically work in some sort of hinge for it to open up and then close over the hand.
Yeah, that was rough.
Great.
Yeah, on the arms change figure, it always was just kind of loose on there. Like you would shake the figure, you just hear it jiggling around. It's like, they tried, but I get what they're going for.
But yeah, this whole set is out in May of 2021, and it is retail. This is appearing on Premium Bandai. Don't get alarmed by that.
That's a good birthday gift for me.
Huh?
That sounds like a good birthday gift for me.
Hell yeah. The reservations start on 1-20 on Premium Bandai, so maybe expect these on your Ami Amis, your HLJs, around the 20th.
Or
Probably
19th.
like Tuesday night, I would imagine. Yeah.
Or 19th. Yeah, whichever one.
Probably Tuesday the 19th.
Yeah. And then they said that's all for that today. And then we are planning to start a product review of Gaim 2 for 2 weeks from next week's blog. So please look forward to it.
Two other like minor things there, or not really minor, but they say with Gaim 3, the development of the regular Bullet Chronicle Gaim is scheduled to end. So this is the last retail set. And then it says the next development will be released next month. So please look forward to it.
So that leads perfectly.
Whoa. What does it mean by the next development will be released next month? Is it just the next Gaim
next
thing
reveal
is coming out next month? So look forward.
Yeah,
to
that's
it.
hard to. Yeah, I don't know if it's referring to the fact that Chronicle 2 comes out in February, or if they are referring to the idea of like the next premium set will be announced in February. I feel like that is the more likely of the two.
Development.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, and I totally understand it, but this will be the final retail Gaim set.
So,
which was already pretty impressive that we got 3 retail ones as it is.
I'm glad we have that confirmation, because what I was trying to say before was the one thing about this lineup being what it is, it makes me think, then other writers are going to be Dream Bandai, aren't they?
Yeah.
It does. It absolutely
when I had that thought, I immediately just went, it really does make a lot of sense in my head to just imagine them saying, since Bravo is covered in spikes, we can only release this on Premium Bandai.
Yeah, 100%. And then on top of that, it's like, we did the final form, that's it. That's all we can do.
Like, what I like about this, how they've done this, is, well, of course I would have preferred more retail because it's easier for us to buy.
Yeah.
I like that in the retail Gaim sets, you got the main 4 riders, and like they're basically their entire like main power-ups covered. And all the extra stuff for Gaim will be moved to premium, which I understand. But at least if you just cared about like the main 4, you could basically get all of their most important stuff. And that was cool.
Okie yeah.
Here's where I slightly disagree. We did not get Mango arms, and that was one of the swaps he used during that final battle.
Oh, good point.
Fair.
I feel like that would have been important enough, and also I want Mango.
Oh yeah, I want Mango as well.
I want Mango.
Yeah.
Why would I not want Mango?
Yeah, how could you? Yeah. The thing about Mango is like, because I'm very curious what they're gonna do with these because I'm going to just assume that future premium sets will all be themed somehow.
Yeah.
Since like we already have one premium set that was all the main core Genesis riders and stuff, so I assume we'll probably get some kind of set that's like Ichigo, Pine, Mango, and Kiwi or something like that, and then like the like a set of like Bravo, Gridon, and Kurokage and Knuckle or something, or
I wonder if we can glean any information from, like, you see how the weapons are all laid out? I wonder if set A is all part of one mold and set B is all part of one mold. Because like
it very well could be.
Set A has
it basically has the main 4 rider spawns.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Huh. That's a good point.
Set B has, your the nut buddies.
Well, it's interesting too because because that brings up an interesting point about you were mentioning before about the Ryugen's gun being cast in the same red as the Yomosuhegiri, but all the other like the new weapons are all cast in black.
Yeah.
So they'll look fine, except for the pine iron looks a little weird and black because the green on the top of the pineapple is just black and not green. But I understand.
Yeah.
But maybe that. Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see.
So
hey, you know what I was not expecting to like be really into this week?
Saber.
You're interested in some shimmying? Let's shimmy over here.
I will shimmy all day.
To be honest, I saw this because I cared about the Gaim stuff more, obviously. And I scrolled down and I see this and I'm like, oh yeah, these were a thing.
Oh, you know how?
Yeah, these existed for all of 2 seconds and then left.
You know what? How I found out about the news is that I happened to be out grocery shopping at the time, and then like while I was at checkout, like waiting in line, I just happened to pull up Discord on my phone and saw people like talking about the Gaim stuff, and I just thought, I guess they just revealed Gaim this week. No saber. That's odd.
No one cares about saber. That's the thing. I'll be honest with you.
You forgot these guys existed?
I'm questioning if I do want to keep buying into Soto Saber.
Well, you're gonna have to when 0-1, and then I guess maybe even Geo come back.
That's true. Maybe, but they said they were done with Geo. Maybe they're not done with Rider
Geo.
Time. Oh, what if we get the return of Ride Plus?
I would love if they twist it. They're like, well, we were done with Geo, but we're not done with.
Oh
Decay.
no! What?
Yeah. Oh.
No, you know what it was? Is that they were done with Geo, but Toei wasn't.
That's true. Yeah. Okay.
Shimmy.
Let's talk about the shimmies because since there is only Shimmy.
When I first saw the Shimmy, when I first saw it at a quick glance, I'm like, is that a Magya variant? I don't remember because it kind of like
it does.
with,
it does look
the
that
silver
way.
heads and everything.
Yeah. So I think this army builder is gonna be 2 boxes.
No, it's yeah.
Such Shimmy. If I tell you earlier, 2 boxes are completed, but the quality is not different from that. What does that mean? Does it mean that this is 2 boxes? Or does it mean that
that phrasing has been...
This is 1 box, but the quality is no different than the 2?
I just love this big sticker that just says Shimmy.
The phrasing is what they always use just to refer to the standard Soto format. Complete in 2 boxes.
What?
It's literally
if
just...
I tell you earlier, 2 boxes are completed.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is whenever they've described Soto, they say it's complete in 2 boxes. That means that 1 box comes with the body, 1 comes with the armor. That's what that means?
Yeah.
Okay.
But then it says it has that connective tissue of, but the quality is not different from that. That's what's throwing me off.
Wait.
I still think it's 2 boxes.
I think it's 2 boxes as well, but I didn't want to say anything incorrect on Twitter, so I did not.
Where's this text, by the way?
I get that.
Right above the Shimmy sticker.
The close up on the Shimmy sticker.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know
why
what? I'm
that's
gonna make that my
me.
new Twitter banner.
Yeah, please
Such
do.
Shimmy.
Yeah.
if you tell me first.
Like, with all the Gaim
However,
Soto news, of course the Shimmy. Go ahead.
The quality is not different from that. I don't know.
See, the quality is not different from what? The 2 boxes? Are you saying this is different than 2 boxes? That's where I'm getting confusion.
Google Translate.
And then I threw it into a different... I threw it into Google Translate, and that still screwed me up.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is Google Translate is just being
natively
done.
on the page, and then... Oh, yeah, well... So yeah, I don't know. I think it's 2 boxes. We have evidence that this may be 2 boxes because it does actually come with a display stand
also
and extra hands. But
the sticker instructions they show, that's literally 2 different boxes that they're showing.
Is it?
One of them, you can tell because it's just like the 2 sides of the box, you know?
Oh yeah, you're right. Because the like down in the corner, the little like "Don't eat this, you'll choke."
Oh, the Pac-Man, sad Pac-Man is.
Yeah,
on. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so one comes with
it's the same orientation.
One comes with the 1 sticker, and one comes with some text that I know enough to say that this was probably just saying no stickers.
It says stickers not available or something. When I translated it, it said something like stickers are not available.
Yeah, I love that. They just have that there.
Yeah.
Gonna put that on the wall.
That's great. It's just like when you're taking a test and then for some reason it says, this page is left blank. What? Why?
This space intentionally left blank.
You're wasting so many trees here. What are you doing? Anyway. Yeah. So this is almost all paint here. The only things that aren't paint are molded detail, which is a weird way that I chose to phrase this. But hey, the white on the figure, it's actually not white. It's an off-white. It's slightly gray. Because apparently if they went with 100% pure white, it might look a little cheap. So they went with darkening it.
Once again, above and beyond, Soda.
Above and beyond.
I'm looking.
The head detail.
I'm looking at the cardboard again. The message about there not being a sticker, and they bring up how people are looking at it like there's no reason for there to not be any stickers here. What's going on? And it says it is a preventive measure because it will arouse everyone's anxiety in the mystery.
I'm aroused. Also, the head. Let's talk about the head detail because there's supposed to be a printed on logo. I don't know what logo it's supposed to be, but it's a printed on logo, and they just could not make that happen. So what they did
looks
instead,
like a little defect in the mold.
Yeah, what they did instead was they molded it in. On the show, it's not molded in. It was just, printed on, but they molded it here to give you the impression that it was there. That, once again, above and beyond. Gotta respect Soto.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Let's talk about the rags.
The melted caramel
on this thing. Sure, melted caramel. Melted caramel will not stop you from doing the Heavens Tornado, by the way.
Yeah, what is that? That was so random in this blog.
That one episode of Double,
Yeah, when they fought the cockroach dopant.
I just love how random that is to be in this blog, but I love it.
I didn't get it either. I don't know why. Why they decided that. Oh yeah, to show off that he has leg articulation. Let's cut
Heaven's
to
Tornado.
A reference from Double.
Heaven's Tornado is also available. You can really open your legs if you are not sure. Please take a look at Kamen Rider Double Episode 8 with a radio cassette player in one hand.
That's right. And then they proceeded to show us a legion of these guys getting beat down by the riders, and then I don't know, these don't really show up anyway. You can't really recreate any of the in-show things because these rarely happen.
There's a very long pause before they show more photos of the characters fighting. So I was looking at the one image of Slash, is that actually the gun? No.
Yeah, I was like, oh, are they building up something? No. This is a microcosm of what happened with Aqua.
Mm-hmm.
You teased something. Oh no. Oh wow. Yeah, that's it. That's really it. Outside of they're doing a YouTube live stream with the primary and secondary riders, and they're gonna be playing with Soto.
Nice.
Yeah, it's on the 24th.
Let's play
next week on Sunday. Outside of that, we got the gold little statues, but I don't think any of us here buy these.
Yeah, I mean they're neat, but
they're just gold.
I mean I don't really get
these are supposed to be.
I don't
cheap,
get the point of them, but they're here.
Yeah.
So
I mean, hey, if there was a custom you ever wanted to do and you needed a head that's the right size, maybe this.
Maybe.
Yeah. Outside of that, the Blade and Jack forms, Blade and Jackfruit. The Kamen Rider Blade premium Bandai items, those are ending soon. So definitely get on those if you haven't already, if you've been slouching on those. Shodo Chronicle O's ends in November, so you still have time on that one. The Sarami Uo. Yeah, that's it. Next week we're getting book 5 and more and a in-depth review of Chronicle Gaim 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
They're really piling up the addendum figures, as I like to call them, like the things to make for 01, for Geo. How much do you know about the 01 movie? Is there any chance we can talk about what they need to make from that?
I think I might know, but if there's someone listening that doesn't, that's a really cool thing that I don't want to spoil.
That's fair. That's fair.
Fair enough.
I mean, eventually we'll get there when we get there, and then also if everyone knows what it is, everyone listening knows what it is, we're all thinking the same thing now.
Speaking of a different, speaking of a different 01 movie, do we want to talk anything about the new forms revealed last night for the Visa Next?
The decade,
they're dumb and bad, and I hate it.
the decade one where it's like I was saying right away, because apparently Masahiro Inoue apparently teased that there was going to be a new decade form, and I was immediately like, oh, it's either going to be complete form with all the new Heisei writers instead, or it's going to be complete form with a bunch of extra things added onto it. And hey, what we got?
I mean, yeah. Also, okay, let's take this one step at a time, because the decade's new form is a lot. So let's just talk about Geos real quick.
Well, actually, before we get there, let's talk about the 01 things first.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
Metsubo Jinrai.
Yeah.
That exists.
So
how many forms does that net us with that one belt?
With that, I mean, it's like the 01 driver having the different things, or
like the one that looks like the double driver. How many forms does that get us?
One? Question
mark?
Yeah,
just that one.
Just the one? Okay.
Yeah.
Because it had the different colors. Yeah. I didn't know if...
It does. Well, it's just because I'm pretty sure... I mean, I don't think they've said it, but it seems pretty obvious that it's going to be like the 4 members as one rider.
Okay.
The teaser was that it was the will of the 4. So, yeah.
Yeah.
The will of the Force?
Like... That's right.
Force?
So...
Force
but we'd already kind of seen like that picture of like the helmet of that form a while back, but this was like the first like full body shot of it.
Yeah.
And I like it. I mean, it's basically just the Hirobi undersuit.
I was about to say we did get somewhat of a waist up shot of the form before. I think it might have been a premium Bandai listing or something. And I thought that
I think it was for the key.
I just thought that looks all right, and then when I saw the full suit, I was like, oh, that's like mostly Hirobi's undersuit, isn't it? Oh well.
Yeah.
The top part looks okay.
Basically. Yeah, I think they just added some different stuff on the boots and basically made a whole new chest. But I like it.
Rare black repaint for Thouser. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Kamen Rider Zaya.
Mm-hmm. He's going Hazard.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I think someone said that he's using the undersuit of, I believe it was Arc 0.
Oh. Okay, so that's something different.
And then like basically the armor and stuff of Thouser.
So let's compile some information here. For the spoiler thing, we cannot talk about how many forms from that can we get.
That we still need to get. So are we? And we're including that, right?
Yeah. Well, let's include everything we can.
Well,
okay. Yeah. So the movie can give us 2. That movie can give us 2.
2. Okay.
And then this new movie can give us, as far as we know, unless there's like stuff we haven't seen yet, 2.
Mm-hmm. 2. Okay.
And then from the actual show, we're still missing, and I'm definitely including Realizing Hopper.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
2. So.
Right. Because we don't have, Hirobi's final form?
Yeah, we don't have Hirobi, Arc, Scorpion, and we don't have Realizing Hopper.
Right. And I'm still of the mindset that if they do Realizing Hopper, say toward the end of the show, toward the end of Saber, they gotta do a clear blue version. They've released so many blue, I guess, just versions of Realizing Hopper, just like trying to pretend that it's bluer than it actually was.
I think
too many of those to not.
That was the perfect way to describe it, because that blue effect barely even was a thing in the show for that form.
Yeah.
Unless, because I know he uses Realizing Hopper in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
so unless that happened more in the movie, but I don't know because I haven't seen the movie.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I know this happened. I don't know if you guys mentioned it, but I know this happened in the last couple of weeks that I wasn't here. But they are making a Banpresto statue of Realizing Hopper, so it's getting more and more merchandise out there. So that just every time it gets another piece of every time it gets another piece of merchandise, I feel like it just has a better and better chance of getting a soda figure.
That's what I said about
Imagine
Izu.
that being the one thing they don't do.
Yeah, that's fair. So,
they rarely do civilians.
Well,
and you do technically have Izu if you just have one of the Humagear.
Right.
Sure, you're right.
Speaking of, I don't know if this will mean anything, but one of the tidbits about the Mitsubo Jinrai story is that it involves a new type of Humagear made for battle, and so I don't know if there's a design associated with it.
There are 2 new people with a blue and orange.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Blue and orange.
I think it looked like I think someone pointed out that, and this could just be them getting the wrong information from the picture, but I think they said that it looked like the blue key that the one was holding it could have been a Salt Wolf without the grip on it. Because you can take that grip off on the toy, but they never did that in the show.
Right.
So
that is potentially 8.
Well,
8 total. If they have new forms.
I wasn't even talking about like rider forms. I was just saying that there is apparently a new type of Humagear. I wonder if it's going to be a recolor of the existing Humagear design.
It could be. Very well could be.
Maybe.
Or they could, use a pre-existing Magia or something and repaint it or something.
You could potentially use the heads of the Shimis, because I don't think that Saber's ever going to use those again.
That's fair. They're not using them, so
yeah.
But yeah, so as of right now we have 6 figures that they can still do for 01, which is a pretty considerable
8.
Yeah, and potentially 8. But even that 6 is still a pretty considerable amount of stuff.
Yeah, that is a whole set.
I'm
honestly, at this point, I'm shocked we don't have.
I'm going to say Saber's going to pull it off. I think it's going to pull it off.
Oh yeah, I definitely think they're going to do it. But
it's so funny that Saber has to pull it off.
I mean, I feel like we had this discussion during 01 with all the things Gio had to do. Whereas like there was a point where I was like, are they going to be able to do this? And then eventually there just came a point around. I don't think it was around this point with 01, but there was just definitely a point where I was like, no, they got this. They got this in the bag.
One thing that was interesting to me, I don't think we mentioned it.
We still need one of the forms of Dodo. We're still missing that.
We are, yeah. I think it was interesting.
Into a package.
I don't think we brought it up when we were talking about the Shimis, but it was interesting. I saw on the blog that G-Man said, because basically it was like, pretending like, oh, people are gonna ask why are we including the Shimi since it seems so, like barely seen at all.
Yeah.
And they said that was the only miscalculation of G-Man. It was sad that it didn't appear in the main story, so even though I had decided to record it long before the start of Saber broadcasting, it made a prototype.
Wow.
Hell yeah, dude.
So it was interesting to point out. So basically, I guess they decided to do the Shimi before the show even started.
Yeah.
So
They did also say that, like, you know, Soto's the place that's known for doing the villains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always like to quote it. When they started Saber, they wanted to reintroduce Soto to everyone, and he said, "We're mad enough to make even the most minor character."
Yeah. And I do like that they brought up how, because I guess there are like an army of Shimis in the movie that we haven't been able to see yet. So that's what all those pictures of like Slash and Buster and stuff fighting them, they're supposed to recreate scenes from that.
Wow.
So
also, I will note a lot of these painted details aren't molded in, so this is as close to a Soto base body as we can get. Like I recognize the shoes are all molded, but like
that's true.
This is close.
Yeah.
I like it.
I agree.
We were talking before about Decade and Geo. I think it's going to be real easy for them to do the Geo form because it's such a waste.
Okay, yeah. Are we ready to segue into these?
Yeah, because I'm the most upset about that.
So,
like,
first of all, I want to say one thing.
Yeah.
They better release that Saber Ride Watch, and I swear, if we don't get that, I need it.
No, yeah, absolutely. And on top of that, just the mechanics of that form, they're out the window. They don't make sense anymore.
Well, they never made sense. They
almost made sense until Ryuki.
Wait,
I disagree. I still think there was decisions. There were still decisions that was made there. Like, in my opinion, the ghost form never should have been Grateful. It should have been Boost. And stuff like that.
Okay, that I have no idea what you're talking. I don't. I don't know. Isn't it like the form before final form?
Well, it's confusing. Yeah, it was always supposed to be like. Some of them were like the. It seemed like they were trying to go for the December upgrade, or like like that time frame of the show when they get a form around that time frame. So because some of them follow that.
December, Decade.
Yeah. Sure, yeah, there you go.
Sure.
But because like you had Xaid having, because like if they were all trying to go for the form before the final form, then like Xaids would have been maximum gamer and not the double gamer, and builds would have been Rabbit or Tank rather than Sparkling.
Okay, fair.
So they were never consistent on what forms were used for the Decade armor. But I will definitely agree that of the two forms revealed last night, yeah, they did that one wrong.
Yeah, that one was absolutely incorrect.
I feel like things would have worked out for them to use Draconic Knight there.
Yeah, they should have. It should have been Draconic Knight.
Instead, it's
interesting though. I do wonder.
It's not just that.
I wonder if this. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not just that they didn't use a power up. It's also what's written on his chest. Brave Dragon. So they are straight up acknowledging this is just a default form, guys.
Oh, that's what it says.
Oh yeah, and the face. The face is just regular Brave Dragon.
Yeah.
But then, I'm wondering if
they break the whole Decade
at the
form.
point, like within the lore, at the point of that, form, Saber may not have had it yet, and then the belt defaults to, okay, let's go with the strongest one we got.
Well, it's also still weird because they still have like the entire form is just the normal Decade armor. They didn't bother making it half the older suit.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if Saber did not have that yet, what power could they draw that from? And if the base form is not enough power to recreate a suit, then it just defaults to Decade, if that makes sense.
Like, I see what you're saying. Like,
typically, say a rider honestly, at the end of its series has an entire cup full of power to draw from, and that suit only draws from 75% of that cup. But with Saber now, it's only at 25%. So that form can only draw from that 25%, and that 25% was
so
just
we're
the
arguing.
base form.
So we're arguing that this is supposed to be possibly. We're just trying to make it make somewhat sense, drawing from before he had access to like Crimson Dragon or Dragonic Knight or anything like that.
Potentially, yeah.
The way that you can make this work is if they straight up look at the Saber Ride Watch and like, I don't recognize who this is, and then when they put it in there, it just goes error. That's
what
all
if
you need.
it's based off of the what if, I mean, this is just another way to kind of make it make more sense in our heads, but what if it's based off the previous Saber, who we only ever saw in Brave Dragon?
Oh. Good hit, King. That's not the official reason.
Because also that, even though the Ride Watch says 2020 on it, because that's when the Saber started. Yeah. The original Saber was from like what 15 years ago, so it would have been like 2005. That would have been
sure,
during Geo timeline frame. So
is Saber anywhere on Decade's?
I don't think so. Because
the only cards that I saw that were new were there was the 02 card on the head, and then in the center of the chest was a Grand Geo ride card, and that didn't exist before either.
Those sound like very distinct places where you would see Saber.
Now, there could definitely be a regular 01 card on that cape, but I haven't been able to get a good enough angle to see if it's there. I think it might be. But
I looked at it in one shot, and it looked like it had some of the secondary riders that came with the Neo DN driver.
Yeah.
And also some main.
Because it was following.
So it's just
following a pattern. Well, it was following a pattern because it was doing final attack ride, base form, secondary rider, and then final attack ride, base form, secondary rider, and then once it got to like Decade, it had I believe I saw like final form ride Decade where he turns into the Deca driver. I think that card was on there, and stuff like that. It was weird in certain parts, but like I saw the Gates card on there, so I'm assuming there's probably a Geo card somewhere around there. But it was interesting to see a 02 card and a Grand Geo card, since those were brand new cards. So it's like I would love to see those get a release somehow. I don't know. The Neo Deca driver wouldn't be able to read them, but I want to be able to see.
Can we get a premium Bandai card cape?
Oh my god.
See, I was about to say, can we do something like the Ranger keys for not Ryu Soldier, Chocolatier, where it just came with this little barrel that you put the key into to make a sound?
It would be cool if they bothered to release that new K-Touch, if it could like somehow read a couple of the cards or something.
For sure.
Yeah.
Why does it say 21? Is it because we're already on the 21st year?
See, well, but we're not. We're on the 22nd year. Because
we don't, like, setting wise, this could be before Saber.
Yeah, this entire thing is confusing.
Yeah,
because like this is herring in 2021. So
I'm very interested.
By the way, I don't want to alarm you, but you have 15 minutes left on that eBay thing.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on it. But
I missed that.
So it's like, what I'm interested about is I never thought we would ever see a Saber Ride Watch.
Really?
Yeah, I really didn't think we were going to get that ever.
I mean,
so
the thing is, that it's fair to say that, because like the 01 Ride Watch was almost surprising because they kind of just gave up on them after a while. Like all the ones from the Geo Summer movie, no merchandise.
No Showa riders got Ride Watch toy releases, even though they're in the belt, so they totally could have. But what's interesting is that, so now I'm curious if we're going to see the 01 Ride Watch at all, because it got a toy, but it was never seen like in any media.
I've shared this trivia with someone recently. As far as I know, the only time a campaign item like that has been re-released is when they did the Gaim, the Mighty Action X Proto Gashat in that final premium Bandai set.
Ah, yeah, that's right.
Otherwise, they do not touch those.
Yeah, they don't get re-released.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I wonder if that's an intentional.
What was interesting is, and I don't know if this would count to you guys because it doesn't really count to me, but technically, the 01 Ride Watch was seen in Geo. You remember how Geo would end its episodes with like a Ride Watch on the screen before it goes to the preview? Yeah, the eye catch.
Mm-hmm.
The finale of Geo ended with the eye catch having the 01 Ride Watch, and you heard the standby music of the 01 driver, and then it transitioned into the trailer for 01. Mm-hmm. So the 01 Ride Watch appeared technically there.
That's fair.
But it never appeared, like, Geo never was seen having it or anything like that. So I'm very interested in if he would have it in this special, because obviously Decade has 01 powers on this new form, so I don't see why Geo couldn't have access to the Ride Watch for that. Also, if we get the toy, if we ever get a toy of the Saber Ride Watch, I'm very curious to see what screen it will use in the Jiku driver. Because the 01 Ride Watch, they had put in basically a placeholder screen to prepare for the future, kind of, where the 01 Ride Watch says Rider 2019.
Huh.
But obviously they don't know what Rider is going to be, so it just says Rider. But there is a screen that we never used.
It might not make any sounds in the Jiku driver, but it might make sounds in the Neo Jiku driver that they will be released.
No.
The Jiku driver also wasn't the one that provided the sounds.
Yeah,
the Ride Watches.
It just had the screens.
Oh, I meant the screen.
Well, there was one unused screen that had the year 2020 on it, but it wouldn't make sense. Yeah, it was weird. There was a screen for a watch that we never got that says Gates 2020.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at it now. I'm looking at the list of text. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah. Oh. I don't know why that was there, and so like a Saber Ride Watch could technically use that screen to get the year right, but it wouldn't make any sense for it to say Gates. I don't know.
Other textuals that they had for Gates were 2019, 2038, 2058. I don't know why.
Yeah, and they never used any of them. There was no watches that unlocked that.
That's weird. Maybe Geo's show was supposed to be very different, and then scheduling things happened.
It's possible, yeah, because I think there was, I believe there was 120 screens in the Jiku driver, and we got watches for maybe like 80 of them, just estimating. So a lot of them were the Showa Riders, because all 15 Showa Riders had screens that we never used.
There's one,
and there was also...
Geo also had 2000, 1971, 1989.
Yeah, like those would have been interesting. I know that there was a
Maybe
screen
we'll dive into that during the many different versions of Sogo.
Oh,
that'd be cool. I like that.
Maybe these extra episodes are like, well, we couldn't really do the story we wanted to do with Geo. Let's just do it now.
Maybe. There was also a screen.
Do you know one of the things that they actually wanted to do but couldn't do was an Amazon's arc?
That would make sense because one of there's two screens on the Jiku driver that we never got to see because they only ever released the Amazon Omega Ride Watch. They made that a toy, but there was a screen for Amazon Alpha and Amazon Neo that we never used.
Apparently, the reason they never went for it was because they could never make it kid-friendly enough.
That's fair. I like what they did with Amazons anyway, giving them that rider or giving in the movie, but so yeah, I'm very interested in this special. It comes out both because there's two specials. They both have, I believe, three episodes, and they come out throughout February. So that would be fun.
Yeah,
I hope
one of them is on the Tokusatsu. Oh, I'm sure they will, because they're releasing on the same streaming service that like the Gaim Gaiden 3 was released on and stuff.
If anything, TV Nihon just subs everything.
That's true. Yeah, I'm sure we'll see them.
Yeah.
But yeah, that decayed form is definitely, it's so ridiculous that I love it, but I get why people hate it because it is a mess of a thing.
I just want to know what it's called, because I was making the jokes about how it's going to be called Neo-Complete form or Completer form.
I think
I'm not sure. Bad form.
I'm not 100% sure if this is the official name, but the name I saw floating around that I think is what they called it was Complete Form 21.
Huh. Okay.
So.
That would...
Oh man, I still hate that they just painted 21 on his K-Touch.
It is weird.
The ride booker is a different color now too.
Huh.
Was it?
Yeah, it's pink or magenta.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I thought
so.
Oh,
it is. It is kind of, yeah.
There you go.
I like that one shot.
That's how you get the new cards, is that you just go, hey, we're including a new card holder with this K-Touch, so we're adding cards.
Yeah, there you go.
We're gonna release so many cards that absolutely don't fit the one slot that this ride booker has.
That's right. That one shot where he's holding the Neo DN driver, that's fun. But also they're getting back. Because I popped my head. Shout out to them for getting back alternate reality Kuga for this special. That's really cool.
Yeah,
hell yeah, hell yeah! I'm so glad.
I'm curious what else they got back, because I don't know if you saw the promotional image for that, but Kivala the suit is there. So it's like,
yeah, Kivala the suit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Kivala the suit.
While we were talking about this, I was taking a peek at the trailer, the teaser trailer, and I was curious about it because I saw that the tweet for it mentioned Metal Yoshida, who's Bravo's actor.
Yes.
And apparently he's there wearing a wig.
So they brought in Sid's actor from Gaim and Bravo's actor from Gaim. They're going to be in this, but they're playing completely different characters.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be alternate reality Gaim characters.
Ooh. They could be.
I still love the idea
something
of
interesting.
Alternate reality versions of these riders.
Oh, me too, yeah. It is something to point out that we see the new Decade form fighting Inves.
Oh. Well, I mean, it is not Gaim's anniversary, so of course we're going to be getting more Gaim stuff.
Forza anniversary now?
No, it's still not Gaim's anniversary, so we have to celebrate that now.
Oh,
how many years we got left? 2?
2.
Yeah.
2 years, yeah. 2 years of not Gaim's anniversary that we need to celebrate it with. Hey, this is a long episode, and I don't look forward to editing it. So let's are we good here?
It's cool. It's nice to have it. It's because it's the first episode 2021 where we got the Bremen No Rock Band back together.
Oh my god! Now I'm considering having that being the title. Who knows? I'm very that was a very good one. But guys, you're in the future. You already know because I put it in the title already. Thank you so much for listening. If you like the episode, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week, or if you're listening to us on any sort of audio streaming platform, do whatever it is that does to listen to us more. Also, I don't know, do we have anything else? There are links in the description to how you can help support the Black Lives Matter movement by donating money, signing petitions, and watching videos. Thank you so much for watching. What?
Ignore that.
There it is.
That was me getting out the ride watch again.
Are we done?
Oh.
Did we do it?
I think so.
Oh, cool.
Shodo-x!